Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look at XRP, see what's going on. It's tentatively breaking above its resistance range and the descending trend line. So this is a good start, if you will. Now, I want to just urge some caution, just being kind of a late long at this point. We could see a retracement from Bitcoin here. I don't think that's likely based on the simple fact that Bitcoin is showing high volume and most other coins are as well. Bitcoin dominance pulling back. It seems like a good setup for most altcoins. So just know that for the most part, we're almost there. We're just not fully there, if that makes any sense. And half the time lately, as soon as we get full on confirmation, the price goes down. So in all reality, it's hard to trust the market right now. But pending we don't have any more war stuff going on, we should see a steady crawl or continuation higher from Bitcoin, and that should be positive for alts. All that said, 220 to 225 is that upper range liquidation. I do have to give quick congrats to our community members here for some nice profits, though. We did take longs on SEI, 60%, 45% on ETH, and 32% on Bitcoin. So we didn't get super heavy with our trades, but definitely caught some good runners there. And the whole point is that XRP wasn't on my list because if you saw my video, we were still under that descending trend. We had a lot of reasons why the price action was struggling at that $2 range. But that does reinforce support at $2. We'll talk about that in a minute. 230 to 240 is that macro range of liquidation, which implies further upside is more likely based on the fact that we have a lot more longs than shorts in the market right now. We've got $1 billion worth of more, or $1 billion worth of longs versus shorts. In other words, we have that many more versus longs, or shorts, sorry. I don't know why I can't communicate that very well, but you get the point. We have a lot more longs than shorts in the market. That's the indication here. And what that tells us that the trend is up. You don't want to try to short against that. So even though we may see a short-term correction, there's no point in shorting based on the momentum and volume that we're seeing right now. Open interest does imply that 217 is that local area of potential resistance, but now that we're above it, likely to be the support range for us. So 217 seems like an optimal consideration for entry on a long if Bitcoin doesn't pull back super hard. Daily time frame, we're still under all moving averages, and you're like, wait a minute, what do you mean, Cash? We got the 20-day SMA, we're above it. Well, no, technically the daily candlestick hasn't closed yet. So that's one of those premature indications. So just kind of reaffirming, we haven't broken bullish yet. We're still at 50 on the RSI too. So the truth is it's a little early, okay? Now, some people like to be early longs, and that's okay. Obviously, if you average into your position if the price pulls back, that'd be a good strategy. But for the most part here on the 4-hour time frame, we are seeing most convergences, most shifts in momentum. Almost every single almost every single coin on the 4-hour time frame is showing really good confirming factors for further upside. Okay, so the general consensus here is you don't want to short. That's the end all, but don't short, full stop. However, if you're gonna consider a long, it may be worth considering a long at a slightly lower price point. And now that may not happen. It really just depends on Bitcoin. I do think Bitcoin was more likely to go higher if we close at 105K today. And if that's the case, you can expect the same from XRP and every other altcoin on the market. Bitcoin dominance is dropping, so just keep that in mind. This is a very good sign for alts. So as long as that continues, then we're probably likely to see most altcoins perform well. So just be mindful of that. Either way, most signs point up here. I'd just be very careful and cautious. Our local high here of 217, 218, and our point of control. There's a lot of potential resistance there. Just because we're above that for the last couple of hours doesn't mean that we've broken it, right? A daily close or two above this level of 216, 217, roughly, would be a solid indication of further upside, okay? And that does require patience, and unfortunately this market doesn't reward patience in a lot of ways, as of late, specifically with these manipulative wicks. So just be aware of that. All right, cool. Other than that, make sure you check us out at Bitunix too, folks. Link down below. These guys are phenomenal. No KYC or VPN required. We're going to have a new campaign starting tomorrow, so I'll be sending that out as well. And join us on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord too. Get a lot of good feedback here. Thanks again so much for all the likes and comments. You're awesome. You have a good rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take care.